I mean, there are many reasons, but it's the same like, women got access to vote, later than men, right? Women got access to study later than men, right? And then just by that, it's like the races start in a different starting point, right? So there are more men, for example, in academia because they in defense of the fields. In chess, when you have a tournament, um, when you see the prizes, is the big chunk for just that one, and the women prizes is not even 1% of 2%, right? So just that you start calculating, well, even if I win this prize and another prize, you're barely making it, right? Then same thing, they invite so many men, and the invitations for women is not even 1% of that, right? So it is just, let's forget about the capacity of something. It just a pure statistic. There was actually a very nice article when the Queen's Gambit was like, why they have women title, blah blah. But there was just by a statistic, it's just the population. You are reducing it just by putting the rules. So you're just reducing the population just by putting this kind of rules, right? Then when you have such as the sample that you are going to compare is already going to be small. So then that small sample is now, what do you do? How do you survive? Because then you have to give classes. But then if you do all of that, then it's very hard that you keep as a chess player, right? So in that case, I feel like encouraging more tournaments, right? Like putting conditions better for women too. Like if there is a prize X for men, put the same prize for women, right? And there was like, well, why they need this title? It's like, well, we need a space. It has to be earned for so many years. Put the place that, like same thing they start doing in the companies, in some companies now, in many countries, you have to have a percentage of women in some areas of the boards, and in some, like at least in Colombia they do, here in US too. That there is still bias, of course. I mean, but now that they realize that they need to have a woman in the table, now that the table is full of men and one woman, yeah, it's still like that. But at least if you put one and then you bring another one, and this is what I think with chess is like, like the universities I get into the university because there was a president of the university, was a woman, that says, I'm going to pay scholarships, but you have to have a woman in the team.